What's up, guys? Dawn the D605 here, and today I'm gonna show you guys my new showcase of Skyrunners. So, there's been a bit of a setback in development because of the issues. People have been telling me in the comments that the wood was considered transparent. Well, we had a setback anyways from development because there was an issue in the project in my computer, so I had to start fresh. But there's been some improvements alongside the development. I had to put a ban system for reasons. One, mainly because not this world isn't perfect, and it will never be. So I have to make sure I take the appropriate action as possible by adding a code of conduct as well as a ban system, and I can prove that it works because I am the administrator of Skyrunners. Gmail, if you ever have any trouble with your account in this game, which in that case, I actually automatically get the ID of players that log in this game online and not offline because you don't have an internet connection. So it's basically your IP would just be 0000 if it had no internet connection, and that basically means you have no IP address. So it would not collect, therefore, it would not collect your ID if you had no internet connection. So basically, you're just not sending data over to the servers. But when you are online and you send data to Dawn the network servers, which is otherwise known as PlayFab, basically what happens is we can use that information if needed to ban the players involved in the code of conduct broken. Now, we don't use IP bans at the most extent. It's mostly just account bans that we usually prioritize. IP bans are mostly used for like emergencies only situations, like if you're using a VPN to evade a ban, consistent death threats or illegal threats to other players, malicious activity, doxing, or just being a repeat offender in general. Like if you break our rules too consistently, we may either lead to longer or further action or permanent bans. But just for fair note, if you try to evade a ban, let's say, for not like intending to evade a ban just in using a VPN for that reason, but let's say if we think that you're using it just to share account information with another account, we do it as a safety precaution to protect other players, and not only for the protection of other players, but for the protection of you. And that's why we have to take the appropriate action against the player involved. But as for non-IP bans, this is a bit of a different story because it goes in a much lighter category. Non-IP bans occur when a player is moderately or hatefully harassing another player. Inconsistent bans of death threats, cheating in games, bullying, and being racist in a hateful way. Profanity must be light or moderate with adults only. Strong profanity near a player under 18 may result in a ban. Ignore the typos. I was so tired from being up all day that I may have also had a few typos in this code of conduct demonstration. Also in the administrator word, I missed the T in administrator, but I'll fix that in the next update. But either way, there's still a lot to go into development because I've been set back. Um, yeah, it's just, but also Gage helped me test to make sure that the ban system worked. But one thing we noticed in like the development of testing is when you're banned and another player is not banned and you are looking at them, you can see them, but they can't see you. So it's kind of like a little bit of an issue that we're running into. I hope it doesn't result into like other players like bypassing the whole ban system where they can't communicate with other players that are well banned. I might have to change some settings to where you can't talk as well while you're banned, so you can't communicate. So that just might be my future reference. So I might change that in the future, but I don't know when. Uh, but in the meantime, whenever you log in, I don't want to say this because moderators do not get access to the IP ban system. Only the administrators do, and I am the only administrator that's allowed to be an administrator because administrators are the ones who create the games. But however, volunteer mods and moderators do have access to normal account bans, only for that reason. The only reason why we don't give them the access to IP bans is so we protect other players in case like something goes wrong with the moderators. Like if they're getting fired or something, we don't want them doxing players. Like in the future, it's just a safety precaution. But the reason why only admins only get access to it, I'm the only admin so far, and it will be staying like that, is because I only do it just to protect other players in case something goes wrong. And not only for the safety of their information being stolen by hackers and stuff, but rather just like the information they need to stay safe. Now, I do not use information against you. That's only if you use it break our code of conduct in any of these formats. And I am way more aggressive than Lemming in when it comes to the code of conduct. Lemming is more so well, I wouldn't say lazy because that's not right. He's more so like busy. Like he has such a big following on Gorilla Tag that he doesn't really know what to do against such a big following of players. So he just like lets the moderators do the work for him. And even the moderators are like, "Oh man, there's too many of them." But me, because I have a low player count, I can take care of most of them. But I'll try my best to work around as many players as I can to fix the issues and see if I can work around like an issue if you need it. If there's ever a situation where things get rough, I'll always be able to handle the situation and reiterate the behavior involved. But thanks guys for watching this video. Hopefully I'll have a good time in Skyrunners in the future, and I hope you guys have a good time next time. Peace out guys. Bye.